formed the Cowboys' offensive line. Behind them were three talented setbacks. There was number 32, Walt Garrison, who guaranteed the Cowboys at least 6 yards every time he touched the ball.
And again, Billy Lothridge kicks off. Garrison takes the ball this time right on the goal line. He brings it back to the 26. Billy Lothridge on the free kick. Garrison at the 33. Good blocking as he returns 30 yards to the Falcons' 37.
First and goal situation now. The end zone camera picks up Garrison banging over for the touchdown. Dallas 49, Philadelphia nothing. The 80 yards in 5 plays.
Yumbakin is kicking off. Garrison takes it at the 6. Mel Renfro leading him upfield. And he goes to the 29.
First and 10 Cowboys on the delay. It's Walt Garrison. A gain of 10 yards. 10-7.
The third period begins as New York kicks off to Dallas. Walt Garrison takes it at the 11. And he's back to the 35.
Corner game's last touchdown. Number 32, Walt Garrison, carried a screen to the Saints' 20. Dallas. The second half proved to be as frustrating as the weather for both teams. Walt Garrison's 85-yard kickoff return was called back by a penalty. The frustrations would continue until the final gun. Second-year halfback Walt Garrison sliced for 11 more.
Walt Garrison returns Michael's kickoff straight up the middle. Dallas has plenty of fight left.
Substitute setback number 32, Walt Garrison, wound up as the day's leading rusher. Garrison garnered over 60 yards on the day with bullish jaunts like this one as the third quarter ended.
They had won passing, and they had won receiving. They had turned a loss into a first down.
Early in the third quarter, with Dallas ahead by 38-6, Craig Morton and Walt Garrison, number 32, took over the powerful Cowboy offense. The result? More points. Walt Garrison accounted for the touchdown. On a day of offensive fireworks, the Dallas Cowboys went off with the loudest bang of all. After intermission, the Cowboys resumed their assault on Cleveland's defense as Walt Garrison, number 32, battled his way for 27 yards.
But a football can be thrown faster than a man can run. And Dallas went with that undefensible play, the properly thrown forward pass, to move swiftly downfield. Walt Garrison took a screen for 14 yards. On the next play, the Redskins proved they too knew how to use their legs as linebacker Chris Hanberger found a way to stop the run.
Walt Garrison took it in from the 8, and the Cowboys had 25 more points than New York. A 1-yard plunge by Walt Garrison ensured a 27-10 victory as Dallas displayed their many splendored talents for the first time in several weeks. Whenever the Washington pass rush became too hot, Morton cooled it down with reverse screen passes to set back Walt Garrison, number 32.
Come on, turn around!
But it was the big play that beat New York, 28-10. And the compact Bronkbuster from Oklahoma, Walt Garrison, Dallas began to outmuscle opponents. This strategy was ideally suited for Garrison, whose style is shorn of subtlety and constructed to dish out the havoc of a punishing running game.
Bob, we get the ball now. We got 2 minutes. That's it. It ain't over yet, Ron. We got to get it and go now. Just pick it up.
The lusty hitting Giants wrapped every Dallas running back in sight and caused the computer-like Cowboys to lose their cool. Walt Garrison, number 32, learned never to turn his back on the aroused Giants. Walt Garrison never looked back in anger as he cut behind number 70, Rayful Wright's crushing block on Ken Parker, and cruised 18 yards to a touchdown. Leading 14-10, the Dallas Cowboys unveiled a weird flanker reverse.
The Cowboys had been picked as the team to beat in the NFC East. But on this day, they showed little. Only occasionally did Dallas display any of the firepower of previous Cowboy teams.
Leading 20-16, Dallas finally showed some offensive punch late in the fourth quarter. Walt Garrison, returning from a knee injury, was the man who provided it. In fact, it was he, not Calvin Hill or Dwayne Thomas, that was the Cowboys' leading rusher today.
start the second quarter of play. The Dallas Cowboys have the football, 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Garrison 32, Reeves 30. In the backfield, Morton, the quarterback, number 14. He gives it to Garrison, and Walter is up to the 36-yard line before Ralph Kruger makes the stop for St. Louis. Again, Rooker, number 88, is in. A third wide receiver as Norman leaves the tight end position for Dallas. That's Reeves in motion. They go on the handoff to Walt Garrison, and Garrison from the 17-yard line gets it back to the 20, maybe the 21, and it'll bring up 4th down. 1st down, Dallas, 46-yard line. The handoff to Garrison, and Walt, coming off a sore leg, is up to midfield. Larry Stallings, number 67, made the stop for St. Louis. They tell me, Don, that Walt's quit riding the rodeo circuit.
Well, he rides under an assumed name, I think. I tell you, you can't get him off those horses. He's the original Little Wrangler. I call him Little Puddin', and he sure doesn't like it. I don't even know why I call him Little Puddin', but he's a good fella. Heck of a competitor.
Craig Morton is at quarterback for Dallas. Lane Nye 61 at right guard. You see him coming up behind Dave Manders, the center. Walt Garrison, and Calvin Hill is back in there, and Garrison on the first play of the second half breaks it for close to a 1st down. He's just a little bit short of the 30-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down, a half yard, as Larry Stallings made the tackle for St. Louis.
Good block by Rayfield Wright, number 70 on that last play. Blocked Kruger, number 70 for the Cardinals. A quick hitting play with Walt Garrison going up the middle.
The wide receivers for Dallas are Bob Hayes and Lance Rintel, and Hayes moves in tight to the line of scrimmage this time as the handoff again goes to Garrison, moving for the 1st down on the short yardage, gets it out to the 33.
The Cowboys scored with seeming ease. Quarterback Craig Morton found a completely uncovered Walt Garrison for 1 touchdown.
On offense, Dallas demonstrated the versatility that is their trademark. Strong running and receiving by number 32, Walt Garrison, set up a first quarter field goal that tied the game at 3.
Quarterback, of course, is Craig Morton. Garrison to the 50. To the 49-yard line, perhaps the 48 of Detroit, a pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Of course, we mentioned the Cowboys have 3 over 500-yard rushes. Calvin Hill has 577 yards, and of course Walt Garrison is over 500.
2nd and 9 from the Dallas 46. Morton to Garrison at the 40-yard line of the Detroit Lions. Walt Garrison, fine receiver in addition to be a capable runner. As we haven't mentioned it today, but Tom Landry started calling all of the Cowboys plays from the bench 5 games ago, and they're undefeated. Dallas moving from the Detroit 37. Deepest penetration by either side. Garrison gets a block from Ralph Neely down to the 31-yard line. This time Wayne Walker, the right side linebacker, came up to make the stop. That'll set up 3rd down. Dallas will need a long 2.5 yards for the 1st down. 2nd and 10. Dallas from the 20-yard line. Hayes to the right side, Rucker to the left. Morton put Dwayne Thomas in the slot with that motion. Garrison to the 27-yard line, a pickup of 7. 3rd and 3.
Dallas began another long drive. Number 32, Walt Garrison, had returned to the lineup, and his blocking cleared the way for Dwayne Thomas, the sensational rookie from West Texas State. This time, Coach Landry called on Walt Garrison to handle his ground game. Garrison had been all but forgotten in the urgency to stop Dwayne Thomas, and Landry's use of Garrison was truly brilliant. Every time the 49ers keyed on Thomas, Landry would call for a draw or a screen to Garrison, and the steady 5-year man from Oklahoma State came through with flying colors. A repeat of this play will show Garrison's flawless execution. Watch Garrison on your left as he screen blocks the blitzing linebacker, then drifts into his area, takes the pass, and rambles 23 yards into 49er territory. From here, the Cowboys got a big break. Then it was Garrison again, this time swinging out of the backfield uncovered as one of Morton's infrequent passes hit Garrison for the score. On a repeat, watch Morton's fake to Thomas completely fool the 49er defense, who were so anxious to stop Thomas they over-pursued the play, leaving Garrison wide open. Coach Landry was calling the best game of the 7 he had called this year, and the Cowboys were executing his plays like a machine. Cowboys 17, 49ers 3.
11:40 left to play in the first quarter. That was Rucker in motion. This is Garrison. And he's close to a first down at the 27-yard line. Thomas is wide left. Hayes in motion left. And the blitz is on. This is Garrison. He's at midfield. He's at the 40-yard line, and he might have a Dallas first down. On 2nd and 23, as Morton eluded the blitz and got the ball to Garrison. Skip Vanderbunt made the tackle.
It's a screen pass. Garrison is sitting back in the backfield. He just lets the on-rushers sift through and get by him a little bit. A blitz was coming from San Francisco, and about the best call you can make against a blitz is a screen pass. And don't forget that it's Tom Landry, the Dallas coach, that's calling these plays, too.
First and goal, 5.5 yards away from the 49er goal line. Hey, this is Walt Garrison. Walt Garrison for the Dallas touchdown. And the Cowboys are on top by 13.
And a great fake by Morton to Dwayne Thomas is what sets this up. Watch Morton. The fake to Thomas. And Garrison, who was the other setback, is all by his lonesome.
So it's the Cowboys leading 16-3. Mike.
With Dallas leading 13-6, early in the last quarter, the Cowboys' Walt Garrison ripped off 19 yards, the longest run of the day.
This boy, Dwayne Thomas, who is, Tom Landry's called him the greatest running back in the history of the Cowboys, only his first year. They're already comparing him to Jimmy Brown. What do you think about him?
Well, it's no doubt that he's a great athlete. He's done wonders for the Dallas team so far this year. And there are a couple other young backs that are also tremendous, like Ron Johnson from the Giants and O.J. Simpson. But people might tend to overlook the other half of the Dallas running game, Walt Garrison. I think Garrison does a tremendous job for the Cowboys.
The Dallas fullback or running back is Walt Garrison, number 32. He gained 500 yards during the season. Dallas ball on their 31-yard line, 3rd and 33. And now Ray May, Bob Grant's gone in, a 4th linebacker, a 3-man rush. Coming through is Walt Garrison. He's hit by Mike Curtis, the middle linebacker of the Baltimore Colts, on the 41-yard line of Dallas. Down. In motion goes Reggie Rucker. Walt Garrison, 25. He's my man. I was reared 2 miles from the rodeo grounds in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and this fella is a rodeo hand. He was a star in high school on a rodeo team. He's a bronc buster, Brahma bull rider, bulldogger. And I'll tell you, Kyle, I grew up sort of around the rodeo days, and you've got to be a tough performer.
Well, he is a tough one. He's carrying an assortment of injuries into this ball game. A very bad ankle, which has just apparently gotten well enough for him to run, and also a chipped bone in his shoulder.
2nd down 5. The Cowboys in their 25. They're leading 3-0. In motion is Dwayne Thomas. Here's a draw to Garrison. Garrison has a first down to his 31-yard line. He's hit by Billy Ray Smith, who's going to call it quits after today. He now has 30. Coming back on a delay is Garrison for a first down to the Baltimore 15. And he's hit by Ray May again with help from Mike Curtis. Dallas ball. They smell blood now. They have a first down on the Baltimore 15 in the opening of the second half. 2nd down 8. Dallas Cowboys in the Baltimore 13. Garrison cutting back, and he's to the 7-yard line. As you saw the cutback when he saw the daylight inside. Ray May hit him again, the 3rd tackle in a row, and Ted Hendricks returns to the game as an outside linebacker, replacing Bob Grant.
While the offense scored with seeming ease. From the sudden surges of Walt Garrison, the heart of the Dallas attack was its running game. There was number 32, Walt Garrison, who used his body to billy club tacklers on his runs up the middle.
The Super Bowl finalists attacked the Bills early with their methodical and brutal ground game. Behind pulling guard John Nyland, number 76, Walt Garrison cut back to daylight and another Dallas score. Quarterback Craig Morton's command of Dallas' multiple offense gave setbacks like Walt Garrison, number 32, clear avenues to the end zone.
Now in motion. Walt Garrison. Behind Blaine Nye. The bottom of the pile, Bob Lurtzman, number 71. Garrison with a pickup of about 3.5 to 4 yards. That's what the Cowboys are trying to do to keep the Giants away from double coverage. That's why they move these men around. Garrison. Number 58, Jim Files, the middle linebacker for the Giants, there for the stop and a big pickup. And this is what I sort of anticipated the Cowboys would come out with in the first place. Here at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Roger Staubach moving his football team all over the lot. This is Allworth now coming motion left. Handoff goes to Garrison. Garrison to about the 12-yard line. Ralph Heck is there. Lockhart, Joe Green. Joe Green, 33.
Walt Garrison took over from, in my opinion, one of the better fullbacks that ever played. 190 pounds, 5'10" and a half, stretching real hard. That was Don Perkins. Walt Garrison is probably a little bit faster than Perkins. He has carried the ball 4 times tonight for 16 yards. He's real quick. He's got good moves. He's a great pass receiver, and they utilize him in all those departments tonight. He's a bulldogger, a calf roper, a bear buck front rider, a heck of a guy. All those things make you good guys, by the way.
Craig Morton started for the Cowboys today, and it didn't take him long to get the Cowboys rolling. On the first play of the game, Walt Garrison went 36 yards with Morton's screen pass. And on the game, determined to score quickly rather than control the game on the ground. And Walt Garrison made a nice catch. With the ball in Saint territory, Staubach literally ran out the rest of the third quarter. He gave the ball to fullback Garrison 3 consecutive times, and though the yards were tough ones, Garrison got them for a first down. Walt Garrison is a man who isn't as well known as some of the other Cowboys, but his value is immense. Despite the presence of Calvin Hill and Dwayne Thomas on the Dallas roster, Garrison is the steadying force in the Cowboy backfield. Now, in the fourth period, on Sunday, Dallas used Walt Garrison, number 32, to chew up the soft underbelly of the Patriots' defense. Then they sent Dallas again had to go for a field goal, and this time Mike Clark came through. The margin was narrowed to 4.
Second half, number 32, Walt Garrison, replaced the injured Calvin Hill at fullback, and Garrison's second effort blasts accounted for 52 yards.
segment of attack was a running game designed to start flow one way, then send the ball carrier cutting sharply back against the gray. Trapped out of position and blocked on every play, Bonaconte saw control of the middle slipping through his fingers as Dallas running backs began to probe the heart of the Dolphin defense. With clockwork precision, holes were pried open, and Walt Garrison popped through. The rugged kinship of Garrison and the offensive line softened Miami resistance. Now, this time they would not rest until they had thrown off the demon of defeat. Thomas, Garrison, Calvin Hill, and the offensive line plunged the Dolphins for a Super Bowl record 252 yards rushing.
Whoa, he's a little bull. Hey!
That's okay. A fumble doesn't hurt us. We got the game.
Hey, Walt. Wow, man, what happened?
Hey, my tongue.
Your tongue? I guess you realize now this is a pretty rough game. Or either that or you just keep your tongue in your mouth.
All right.
Ooh, man. Fine.
Dislike for each other, but it was Dallas that gained the upper hand swiftly. Then he found old pro Walt Garrison as the Cowboys offense rang up 28 points. While Hill gained all the yards, Walt Garrison scored all the Cowboy touchdowns. Three times, Garrison butted and squirmed across the St. Louis goal, and Dallas won 27-6. Hill's running mate, Walt Garrison, had his best day ever by rushing for 121 yards on just 10 carries. Side by side with Hill was Walt Garrison, who gained nearly 800 yards by never knowing how to quit. In all of pro football, there is no one guttier. No one who gives more to the game than this real-life cowboy. After 14 bruising weeks, the Dallas Cowboys entered the playoffs.
The finishing touch was applied by Walt Garrison, who powered past Packer safety Jim Hill to a touchdown.
Conservative Cowboy offense was triggered by the quick bursts of Walt Garrison, number 32, and Calvin Hill, number 35. Reception set up a pretty counterplay touchdown by Walt Garrison, and Dallas led 17-0. Then Mike Montgomery, that old...
But the heart of their attack is running, and Walt Garrison, number 32, is their leader. Garrison is not flashy, but he never quits, in line with even younger reserves like number 62, John Fitzgerald. who has mastered the techniques for a successful screen. Behind the immaculate protection.
Dallas's first touchdown came when Walt Garrison, number 32, sifted out of the backfield, and Gene Fugit, number 84, neatly screened Nate Ramsey, the Eagles' sole defender.
The yards came tougher on the ground, but Dallas had Walt Garrison, the toughest Cowboy of them all. Tucked behind his pulling guard, Blaine Nye, number 61, Garrison battered to a touchdown and a 7-0 Cowboy lead.
The Cowboys' first touchdown came on a pretty piece of running by Walt Garrison, number 32. On Garrison's second touchdown, he butted safety Roger Worley like a bumper car and then scored. Overs led to all 3 Dallas touchdowns, which were all scored by the same man, versatile Walt Garrison. Eagles running mate Walt Garrison, number 32, also gained over 100 yards, and this determined 41-yard burst was the longest of his distinguished career. On a quick opener, Garrison bolted 25 yards to a touchdown. That gave Dallas a quick 21-0 lead. Dallas built a 28-3 halftime bowl.
Back a similar sequence evolved. Two runs gained 9 yards.
For most of 1973, Gutty Walt Garrison played hurt. But neither pain nor injury could stay the die-hard Cowboy. He's a player's player, a throwback to an age where there was no substitute for toughness. When Garrison...
Dallas rolled to a 31-10 advantage when Bronco-busting Walt Garrison rodeoed in for 6. A perfect defensive play put the finishing touch on the Cincinnati Bengals. A blistering outside chart. The Cowboys burst to a 13-0 lead on 2 field goals and a 6-pointer by Walt Garrison, who snatched a touchdown from his shoe tops. With Gabriel absent, the Cowboys blew out the Eagles on the sure hands and flying feet of Walt Garrison, number 32. On the day, Garrison rushed for almost 90 yards of the club record 286 that Dallas churned out against Philadelphia. After a nifty play-action fake, Roger Staubach connected with Garrison, and Dallas led 14-10. Walt Garrison's second touchdown rounded out the revenge match as Dallas won handily, 31-10.
The highest-scoring team in the pros managed but 1 touchdown, and vengeance was Miami's, 14-7. Behind the blocks of number 70 All-Pro tackle Rayfield Wright, Cowboy setbacks roll through gaping holes.
Second down, 9. Cowboys at their 21. Staubach
trying to set up the screen, gets it out to Garrison. Garrison still on his feet. Turn would look like a loss into a gain of 3 yards to the 24-yard line. Jack Youngblood, number 85, finally nailed it. That was not the most picture-perfect screen, Bart Starr, was it?
Well, no, he wanted to throw it sooner, and he couldn't, and that's why it looked so shabby. But I think the results are what you're after, and the Rams almost let him get away there and make quite a gainer out of it.
Hayes breaks to the right side. Pearson off to the left. Garrison, 20, 15. First down, Dallas at the 12-yard line. Steve Priest, number 20, finally makes the stop. And Chuck Knox is not a happy man.
At the end of this play, if you can see, watch the 2 Dallas wide receivers do a sandwich job on Charlie Stoops. Right at the right side of the play. You saw him heading. They did a high-low on him as Garrison turned what was almost a broken play into good yardage.
With the score 28-7, it seemed as hopeless as Tennyson's Light Brigade. But like the 600, Dallas ignored.
Second down and 9. Ball at the 23. No score. A little over 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Now here comes Walt Garrison, and Garrison finds a big hole, and he's down to the 15, just inside the 15, and hit there finally by Steve Zabel. Walt Garrison, the man who is always there when you need him, rides on as a professional bull rider, bulldogger, all season on the rodeo. Golden Richards in motion. Walt Garrison gets the call, gets over the 40 and breaks the tackle, and he's out to the 48-yard line.
Now that was a play that the defensive right end should have had. What happened was he made a commitment to the inside. He always has outside commitment, and he took a chance and went inside. The back is good. He's getting paid a lot of money. He saw that little commitment that he made, and so he took it to the outside. I think you'll see it here on this play. There he goes to the, he took his commitment to the inside.
Yeah, you're talking about 64 Turkey Jones.
You know, Alex, I always thought you defensive linemen were a little jealous of those high-paid backs. Second down and 3. The ball at the 43 of the Dallas Cowboys. Callback is going up again. This time he goes to Garrison. And Garrison has the first down. He's out to the 48-yard line. Hit there by Zabel. They have a slim lead of 7-0. Garrison open in the flat, and Roger dumps it off. Garrison trying for the first down, and he's very close to it. Tackle finally by Steve Zabel and number 20, John Outlaw. Now let's see if they allow him that stretch. Cowback, and he hands off to Walt Garrison, and Garrison pulls Eagle tacklers with him over the 15 to the 17. 3rd and 4, the ball's at the 12.
You can understand Landry not looking happy.
Cowback trickles it off to Garrison. Very close to the first down. It'll depend on where they mark it. Steve Zabel was right there.
Later from the Viking 5, Staubach found reliable Walt Garrison, and the Cowboys were back in the ball game, 20-14. Another look shows Garrison just did sneak into the corner of the end zone while number 50, Jeff Seaman, was screened out of the play. Walt Garrison, number 32, tacked on 9, then 18 yards on a well-executed draw. Dallas had a first down on the Cardinal 35, but then they tried to get fancy. Sticking close to earth, the Cowboys ground their way down to a 4th and short, and Landry directed them to go for it at the Cardinals 11. He, too, was successful, although his choice was more necessity than gamble. And at the top of the 4th quarter, Walt Garrison powered over, making the score 28-21 with 13:56 remaining.
The big play was a screen to Walt Garrison that set Dallas up nicely at the 49er 7.
With Calvin Hill out, Walt Garrison becomes the Cowboys' bread and butter man, and Garrison sliced through for the touchdown that tied the game. What had been turned by Tom Landry as a minor miracle needed to make the playoffs seemed more possible. Efren Herrera's extra point put Dallas in the lead by a single point as the final quarter began.
Number 89. The 41-17 rout was complete when Walt Garrison pounded over behind number 64 Jim Arneson as Dallison won a laugher over the Cleveland Browns.
But Roger Staubach's cannon roared first on a ricochet shot to Walt Garrison to Drew Pearson in the end zone.
First and 10 for the Cowboys from their own 32. Getting the call is Garrison, and Garrison battles up to the 35-yard line, and this is what has characterized this man for 9 years. First and 10, the ball just short of the 45, and we're just underway from Oakland, California. Garrison back into the lineup. Gets the play action fake, and it goes out quickly to Garrison, and he has running room down the sideline. Garrison all the way down to the 25-yard line, and Roger Staubach hit that ball well to Garrison. Found him in the flat, and the Cowboys are threatening a 30-yard pickup.
After 9 years, Walt Garrison was still the pros' pro in the Dallas Cowboy backfield. Number 32 has boundless desire, and whether hale and hearty or hurt, he was 205 pounds of Billy Goat tough. The Cowboys possessed quality depth at running back